As you can see, I have with me in the studio a public affairs analyst. He's also a political scientist, Olamileko Adekolari. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to see you every Thursday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And without wasting much time, because we wasted little time already. So let's go over to what we have on our menu, and that is Nigeria's most influential newspaper, Leadership. Leadership is still on the NAS leadership. It says Cold War in Tinubu's house over speakership SGF COS. Cold War in Tinubu's house over speakership SGF Chief of Staff COS. Akume El-Rufai wants SGF. Gbajabia Gbajabiamila Faleke go toe to toe for Gambari's job. Betara moves to stop speaker from imposing successor. That's the leading story on leadership. Cold war in Tinubu's house over speakership SGF COS positions. Akume El-Rufai wants SGF. Gbajabiamila Faleke go toe to toe for Gambari's job. That is SGF. Sorry, that is a chief of staff. Betara moves to stop speaker from imposing successor. On the page of the leadership, we have a big photo. It's always said that picture speaks louder than 1,000 words. You can see a view of the completed section of the reconstruction of Abuja, Kaduna, Zaria, Kano, dual carriageway, section 3, Zaria, Kano. And on the inside, we have Chief of Staff to the President, Professor Ibrahim Gabari, and Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, son, and Senior Special Assistant to the President, Special Projects, Anefio Johnson, Managing Director of Julius Berger Limited, last Richard. And they are here on the insert of the picture, commissioning the road. And on leadership, we still have other stories. Fox $787 million defamation. Media expert CSOs warn against fake news. For $787 million defamation. Media expert CSOs warned against fake news. The story is on page 4 of leadership. And above the masthead, we have Nigeria has not defaulted in China loan repayment. DMO. Nigeria has not defaulted in China loan repayment. DMO. Autumn not PMB responsible for insecurity in Benue presidency. Obviously, the presidency and the Benue State Governor, Autumn, they are embroiled in a war of words over insurgency taking place in that state. And still on leadership newspaper, we have Eid Fitri. Federal government declares Friday, Monday public holidays. Eid Fitri. Federal government declares Friday, Monday public holidays. NNPC board. Federal government to appeal court judgment. Experts list implications. NNPC board. Federal government to appeal court judgment. Experts list implications. President-elect demands probe of Adamawa governorship poll impasse. That's on the cover of leadership. And on the stand, page 3 of leadership today, that is the editorial, which is our stand. We have illegal mining and terrorism. Illegal mining and terrorism, who have attributed the endemic insurgency in some northern states, including Adamawa, to they have attributed it to mining activities. On the back page of leadership, we have the Thursday column with Shuaibu Gimi, IGP Baba's Big Stick. IGP Baba's Big Stick, that is a Thursday column today. And of course, Ghana must go says POS operator goes on spending spree after bank mistakenly credits him with 280 million naira. And Ghana must go replies there was network for the transfer. It's funny, isn't it? Because when you find that you don't really get network to transfer even some of these modern activities, financial activities. And actually, 2 days ago, the Guardian, or yesterday, the Guardian did say that there were about over 60% of paid transactions due to network issues. Anyway, from leadership, we move over to to Daily Sun. Daily Sun has similar story with that of leadership. It says 10th NAS leadership plots to undermine rules on ranking takings. 10th NAS leadership plot to undermine rules on ranking takings. APC LMS secretly working to allow first timers via vie for Senate President Deputy. Attempt will fail in Dume. Oshomole John's race commences discreet campaign. I'll take that again on Daily Sun this Thursday, April 20, 2023. It has similar story with that of leadership. It says 10th NAS leadership plot to undermine rules on ranking thinkings. APC elements secretly working to allow first timers vie for Senate President Deputy. Attempt will fail Udume. Oshomole John's race, that is a past chairman of APC and of course Edo State government too, commences discreet campaign. What, we don't have time now. What do you have to say about that?
I think it's expected at this point.
And we can see that even some media, some have started carrying the campaign
advert
yes.
and the rest of it. It is expected at this point in time that many people will just look for that position, especially in the National Assembly.
Yes.
Either the Senate President position, either the speakership, the deputy speakership, or deputy president, and all principal officer position, people will just look for it. But the one that is quite interesting is that newcomers. So,
Exactly.
what does the law say about newcomers?
Exactly.
But people may want to also argue that what is a newcomer? In 1999, were they all non-newcomers that just took a position? So what does the law? How has the law changed overnight that newcomers cannot vie for seniority, for position? So that's
like there's been breaking of this, because I was also actually surprised when you talk about newcomers. When Akpabio in 2019, was it 2019?
He was there in 2019.
No, it was 2015. Sorry,
then he was
emerged as a PDP
majority leader
at
that
and
time.
I was wondering what happened. Exactly.
That's why I went back to 1999. When all of them came in, they were all newcomers. So how come all of a sudden the rules changed? Who changed the rules to now say a newcomer cannot vie for?
Yeah, I understand now where you're getting.
And that's where some people argue and say there's nothing. Who changed the rules against newcomers? But the major thing is that another argument is that newcomers will not understand the intrigues.
Exactly, because it's very, very important. Experience matters. You know, the NANS, I said NANS, Senate President Lawan has already raised the, is it cry that you and cry over the fact that about 60% of the lawmakers, they are not coming back.
They are not coming back. And the ones that are coming back are majorly new.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That about 60% of them are not coming back. They win their elections.
And then again, we must also acknowledge that it is the fact that this particular coming of the 2023 or the 10th National Assembly members, it has shown that the old blocks have all left. The new blocks is coming. And that's what happened in I think it also happened in 2011 and 2015, whereby we have a change of block of people coming to the National Assembly. And that also already happened in 10th Assembly. But the cost of it is that they have to go through the risk.
And we have even some, like somebody that is even an old ranking member, somebody like this House of from Kano.
So okay,
that's now on the NNPP.
That is the Senator Abdul Mumini Jubrin.
Okay, Jubrin. Oh, he went to the.
He was in the speaker. He was in the house. Now, so he may not be. The place may not be too new to him, but you know that the politics in the House of Representatives is different from the politics in the Senate. It's quite different. And it's more seen as a youthful exuberance of some of the legislators. But yeah, it is expected that maturity will be shown. And that's why people like Dino that came from the house and become a senator at one time or the other was having challenge of not showing that maturity. So we hope that Jubin will show maturity when he gets it. And also, he also fighting for position. Majority of them are fighting for position. What I'm trying to point out is that they should not throw up and say this.
But however, shouldn't the ethnicity of the president, president-elect, and his vice president come to play?
It will definitely play.
But we still see people from the same zone saying that no, they are still coming in. It doesn't matter.
It's politics. Everybody wants to just look for what to pay for. And at this point in time, what we are trying to point out now is that instead of using his zoning formula arrange. We have a president from the south. We have the vice president from the northeast. Now we should have a president coming from the south or from the south east or whatever. Now the political parties are not thinking like that. They are thinking about their own political party taking position on the basis of who they feel will represent them well. It is later on when they now discover that the ethno tribal nationality are now complaining about the configuration of people in the house or the people in the National Assembly. That's when they will now wake up to. As we speak now, it is about the political party.
But don't you think that this is much better said now if the APC and the president-elect wade into it to first of all say, look, this is where we want the leadership to go to. Is it not better?
They will do that. You know, one thing about what I've been able to understand about the current president-elect is that he doesn't speak out in terms of, okay, what the media will quickly pick. Rather, he used his strategy as political strategy to say this is what we want to do. And that's what he will end up doing at the end of the day. You will discover that at the end of the day, the APC will settle all this issue of who is going to be the Senate president. Because they will settle it. You can even see that even the opposition party,
no matter what,
they will go to manage it. But why this is becoming so outburst is because of the opposition parties are speaking. It is the opposition party that are even making the move. Like it is in the house now, they are the one pushing. About 222 of them already making strong alliances. The PDP, the LP, the NNPP that they want to produce a speakership.
Wow.
It's in the news. I think I was last week Friday or so. It came out. Even Monday, as you saw some of those intrigues coming up. That to the point that PDP are even hosting a meeting among all the opposition parties to see that they can pull a string and produce the speakership.
And if you ask total the number of these opposition political parties, does it outnumber the APC?
It's all like at the last count I checked when INEC brought out this, it's about 353. I mean, I think 188 to 1 something between the two of them. Not up to the 360 that we are. But at the end of this counting of this inconclusive supplementary election that was conducted, I think we are now seeing the figure will come out. Maybe before the end of the week or by next week, INEC will come up with the total figure that we can now know which party is having more. And but as you speak right now, APC is still leading.
Because you saw what happened in 2015.
Yes.
At the end of the day, the opposition became a deputy Senate president.
I said, it was the outcome of the problem.
Because there was alliance.
And that alliance was as a result of the problem in the APC. And that result of that problem came out as a result of whereby the Senate, the person who is interested in the Senate president was not the person that they want. But as a result of him also working alongside with the opposition party, and that's why he came and became. If not for the opposition party that supported it, Senator Saraki would not have become the president. But he worked more with the opposition party, and they have a conditional agreement. If you help you out and you become Senate president, you must see deputy to us. And if you remember what happened, majority of the APC senators were not in the chamber that particular day. They were having extra meeting with the presidency before they came election, and that's why
the same thing also played out in the lower chamber. That's also when Dogara
emerged as the speaker. Although it was all belonged to contested, even though it was not the actual candidate of the president at that time. But I believe that in this time around, the APC will be able to work their out. Even though there are noise here and there, definitely it will be distributed according to what is expected. And I know they will follow the zoning formula, especially based on the zones as expected.
Yes, as expected. Thank you so much. Now, without wasting much time, let's also look at what other headline stories are saying. Like we have papers also still on that same Adamawa supplementary polls, which was conducted on Sunday. And this day puts it this way: Tinubu Fintiri seek police inquest into Adamawa polls. Vanguard newspaper: Tinubu Fintiri seek police inquest into Adamawa polls as Fintiri seeks prosecution of criminality behind drama. Apologizes for attack on national commissioners. Why Buhari didn't intervene in debacle federal government. Says president didn't use security against opposition during polls. NSCDC boss summon state commandants. Fintiri others get certificates of return. Tinubu's Fintiri seek police inquest into Adamawa polls. That's the leading story on Vanguard. And same with this day newspaper. This day newspaper says Tinubu police must investigate Adamawa Guba rerun giving attendant controversy. Tinubu police must investigate Adamawa Guba rerun giving attendant controversy. Comments post peaceful atmosphere, congratulates Printibi Idris. Military save democracy, says governor-elect blames APC. Receives certificate of return. Lai Mohammed, why Buhari didn't interfere in poll crisis. PDP victory is triumph of democracy, Elumelu celebrates. From this day, we have the Nation. The Nation also has similar story this Thursday, April 20th. It says why Buhari didn't intervene in Adamawa poll crisis by government. Why Buhari didn't intervene in Adamawa poll crisis by government. Tinubu seeks probe of debacle. NSCDC commandant summoned. Why Buhari didn't intervene in Adamawa poll crisis by government. Tinubu seeks probe of debacle. NSCDC, that is a Nigerian security and Nigerian civil.
Yes,
security and civil defense is quite a mouthful. Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps commandant summoned, because most of them were there yesterday. So it's still a trending one.
Exactly. It's trending in the sense that the drama that came out from that day, from Saturday to Sunday, then to Monday, quite questionable.
Personally, I just cringe in shame when I just remember when I go over my mind ruminates over the Binani's show of desperation. I mean, it doesn't evolve well.
That is the target of every politician, and you will not just say maybe on our part.
And people are saying that I shall even outdo the May this time around, because a May politician will be calm and wait before taking the case to court. Then in her case, the desperation has knew no bounds.
No, but in a sense that I think she saw something that most of us will not. She may be privy to information that most of us will not. In a sense that politicians cannot be trusted. The governor is not the same. The governor-elect was not the same. The question that people are refused to answer: where is the RO?
Where is the
RO? The returning officer. Why would the RO abscond from the scene and will be found in the government house? What was he doing in the government? Those are the questions that people have not yet interrogated.
He was found in the government.
Yes. Okay. That's why the REC was so angry, was so frustrated that they waited for him to come to the polling.
But I heard differently that they were supposed to meet, I think, later hours, but he came earlier, and without even reading from the election was supposed to announce, he just went straight and announced
exactly the winner. In the sense that the REC commit a blunder, and that blunder was against the law of Nigeria. Who's supposed to take this particular blame? Now, why everybody is focusing on the REC was that because he did what he's supposed not to do. He would have waited longer. Even when he received information that this is what is going on with the RO, he would have waited. He would have even informed the press that we are still waiting for the RO, but his whereabouts is not, maybe he's not in the hotel room, he's not where to be found. But he would have waited. He wouldn't have gone that far and go against him. And that's why against him. We all know that the both parties play it wrongly. The governor-elect played it wrongly. The Binani woman also played it wrongly. But all the blame now is not if on the REC, because he did the most disdainful act in a sense that he goes against the law. I wish he was more mature and waited even till night, and the RO did not come. Then we inform Abuja this is what is going on. But him going ahead to announce the result,
even without reading the result,
exactly. He just went and say this person is the winner. And again, his problem was that there are some polling units that their result is being collated. He would have waited.
And don't forget that even before the supplementary polls, the gap between
both the leading and
was over 35,000.
35, and it was expected that that gap should be filled. Even though we know that many people will not come
out. Meanwhile, and they also said that the supplementary, the polling units that they were conducting the
supplementary election,
that the accredited, the even registered guests was just about
13,000 something. What they have about 37,000 people that are expected to vote.
Yes.
Now, the people that are supposed to, it's not even one of them that will come and vote.
That's the registered
voter. And it was just for the four polling units. But where most of us are now putting the blame on the elector, he acted against the law. He would have waited.
Even he was acting thinking that in the electoral act, after announcement is made,
then nobody will
challenge it.
But he has forgotten that the law will always take its course.
That it will be reviewed within 7 days.
Exactly.
Obviously, that was why Binani too also acting on that. Went to court. And I'm so happy with what God did that day. No, they are not in a position to entertain. Exactly. There's a place where election matter is supposed to go,
and he has to go to
address.
And he still has the opportunity to prove his case. If all the facts are right, he can present all of them at the tribunal. That is my own take on it. You can present all the facts, because as far as the lines of what has happened, both parties were wrong. All of them were playing on intelligence of the market. But the fastest one among them is the governor elect, who used maturity to ensure that he get what he wants. But the one that committed the biggest crime is the would have wicked.
But I was actually impressed anyway, because given the fact that the gap between them was about 30,000.
And you know one
actually ran neck to neck.
Seriously, and one good thing about the election was that the areas that those supplementary election was to be conducted was considered as the stronghold of APC.
Really?
That is it. Even when the reason why all this we have supplementary election was that they cancelled the election in those areas. And there was question, why did they cancel election in those areas? And those areas were found to be areas that the woman, particularly the APC candidate, who get advantage. And that's why they say, okay, by the time they do for the election in those places, people add up and it's effort. But as it is now, the tribunal just has to take up the case. Because like the tribunal, that the fact of the matter can be presented. And that's why I say she still has the chance.
Yeah, most of these opposition, they can actually go to the bank. But we also saw or heard similar cases like that in Kaduna.
Even Enugu too also have the same thing.
Exactly.
So they can go to the tribunal and prove their case. Because anyone that have no less margin like that, they can all easily be proven at the tribunal with all facts. From a concrete fact that can be proven.
It's all well and good, because the difference between them is not as high as willingness. And of course, she also actually gave a victory in one form.
Exactly.
So let's see what Punch is saying. Punch has a different story on his cover today. Insecurity, local rice price jumps by 200%. Insecurity, local rice price jumps by 200%. That's the leading story on the Punch this morning. Rice price soars from 173 per kg to 521 kg under Buhari despite government intervention. NBS National Bureau of Statistics report. Rice price soars from 173 naira kg to 521 naira per kg under Buhari despite government intervention, according to NBS report. Rice farmers, producers, experts blame rising inflation, insecurity, orders for the rice road. What happened? This is the rice pyramid that everybody were debating. That Nigeria is now self-sufficient. Exactly. We are no longer importing rice. Exactly. We are not even exporting rice to other countries. So what is happening?
From
200%.
From the economic angle, we need to look at the various variables that brought this into play. Apart from the insecurities, we also need to look at the areas whereby manufacturing sector are complaining about the poor power supply, because the rice milling, they use power.
The light power or light or energy or power, whatever you call it, is worsening by the day.
It's worsening, exactly. And these are the things that people, businesses, and most of them buy diesel. That's one thing.
It's worsening by the day. In the area I live, I don't know, throughout 2 days now, we've not gotten it.
It's especially,
and I'm not living on the
outskirts of the city. It happens. When those people that are now living outskirts of the city, what do they say about the power supply in their area? But on this particular issue, to look at the various variables that will cause, apart from insecurity, we have the issue of power supply that is not adequate to attend to rice milling areas. Then also have the issue of transportation. I mean, bringing those rices from different areas to where they will end up being consumed. So another issue. Transport are also increasing their fare as a result of them spending money on diesel. Now, security, definitely it happens, it affects farmers who go to the farm to go and bring the rice paddle and the rest of them. But for me, another aspect that most of us will not shy away from, businessmen also want to make profit. Some of them take loans from banks to set up those businesses. So they want to pay back the loans and they also want to make business more profit. It happens and they will pay salaries and do other operational costs and take care. Those are other things that also affect it. We can't just hang it on insecurity alone. Other factors also cause it. Even though government have tried so much to tame some of the insecurity challenges, we know that businessmen will always impute their own technical aspect of cost, and that is salaries, that is miscellaneous, that is rent, that is loans that will be paid back, and they also put all those into factors also. I just hope that the NBS report take this cognizance of what I've just mentioned, because we can't say it's only insecurity that are leading to jump. Other factors also contribute in their own way to also make the rice cost to jump up to from 173 to 500 per kilogram of agriculture. But the issue is that we must tackle insecurity. That is what the report is just saying. Insecurity still remains the most viable, feasible challenge that we have. That means we must tackle it. But beyond that, there are other things that are also.
Talking about insecurity, you notice that since the conduct of the elections, it has spiked.
Exactly. We talked about this last week, and the reason what I mentioned was that majority of the security information that government put in place before the election has been dismantled. So what they expect? Just last week, over the weekend, 3 kidnappers were killed in Nasarawa State. Then one person was rescued. Just 2 days ago, there was violence attack in some areas in Nasarawa State as a result of insecurity. So all those formations have all been dismantled. So what we want to call on the government is to strategize and rethink the governance about our security architecture in areas that are so, vulnerable to insecurity challenge. Government should just take it up and see what they can do about it. Not just the police, the NCDC, the army, and other security formation must take up this responsibility as well.
Thank you so much. Now on the point says Abuja collapse fence keys to construction workers, and in some they said many and others injured. What is actually happening? And don't forget that a building in Banana Republic also collapsed.
Yes. I think the Abuja one is just coming in to now show that even though there was a time it was a regular occurrence in Abuja to have building collapse, but a lot of a sudden it was stopped. Like this particular one now, where was the building? Was it built on a sewage area? Was it built on a water type area that the foundation was not strong enough? Those are the investigations that the FCC have to carry out.
Abuja collapse fence.
Like the fence, not the entire building per se.
The fence. Well, that's how we can take now from the Punch newspaper. For more from Punch stories and inside pages, you log on to the website www.punchng.com. But before we go, we have the last paper that we are going to be looking at on our menu, and that is The Guardian. The Guardian says 40 days to go. It's still up to 40 days.
It's 39 now.
FEC approves over 100 billion naira contracts. 40 days to go. FEC approves over 100 billion contracts. What is happening?
When we say 100 billion contracts, some of them are not new contracts. Some of them were reviewed.
We saw a situation whereby not only him anyway, the sports minister was saying he requested 2-point-something billion
for Lagos National Stadium.
Exactly. And the administration that is already on his way out.
Definitely,
this Saraki said he's spending about 12 billion
for the new runaway.
10 fire trucks.
So like that, the 10 fire trucks. They also need to refurbish the runaway.
You also asked for how much? Was it not in dollars?
I can't remember, but I know they also requested for some money.
Yeah, exactly.
For refurbish the Abuja runaway.
Yes.
Stuff.
That he did the other time. So he's still doing it. So what is really happening as they are going? And it still also includes that $800 million. They said they are just waiting for National Assembly to approve so they can make disbursement of just money. 39 days to go.
The issue is this: our procurement system is faulty. How could government just additional contract and there is no monitoring evaluation of the contract. Citizen doesn't even have hold or have understanding of how this project, like all these 100 billion contracts, where are they situated?
Yes.
Which area, which section of the country, where can we find them? It's an issue. Okay, if you say, okay, Abuja Kaduna Road, Abuja Lokoja Road, Abuja whatever road, can we have a report? Can someone just carry an independent investigation on the level of compliance with the project manifest and the rest of them? We don't have it. 100 billion contracts in 39 days to go. And that's why some people will reason this and say, okay, I just want to share it.
Oh yes, a calling program on the radio this month. That's what they said, that they just want to cash out and they are going and discuss it and share it among themselves. True is that.
It could be, but I don't want to subscribe that okay, just to share money. But for me, what I've understood most of these contracts
from his body language, you notice that President Buhari is just, his heart is no longer there. He just wants to
go easily and go.
And go to Daura.
But for me, once some of those contracts are reviewed, especially the road construction contract,
but I don't think, because a committee has already been set in place now. Handing over one committee. So how would the committee? When the committee is already in place and you are just have 39 days to go and contracts are still being approved?
It will also happen that once the new government comes into power, a committee will also be set to review some of the contracts. That's why I was telling someone that most of this money that you think that it will be taken by somebody, it will still be recovered. And people that take that money, that's when you see that EFCC will start chasing people. And that is the period that will now see that they are chasing people and they are victimizing people. Because that's what the new government may end up doing. Because if they discover that these contracts are not viable, after those people that collected the money and collect the money back. So don't be surprised that when the new government comes and they say they are victimizing people, it's political witch hunting people about
we saw that
we should know that
early 2015.
We should know that now 100 billion contract is being given. And if those people are to be questioned, they should come in and answer the necessary questions. But for me, I want to believe that this money should be put in the right perspective so that people can really see the project. It's not that 100 billion is too big.
Yeah, most of the time, you discover that they don't really probe so deep. They will just say, oh, just let the matter go for sake of unity. Because I still remember when Obasanjo was talking about the road. He said how much was budgeted for the road. He said, look at the minister. Then it was an enemy. He said, nothing has been done. You know Obasanjo, you can just come out. And of course, that was the end of the matter. Because he came out to complain that, yes, but did they probe?
Because he may have discovered that the part of the money has gone to people who are much closer to him. And this is also what happened. You know one thing about, and it's just that we're not talking about corruption on this set. But when you want to dissect corruption in Nigeria, you'll be so shocked that even the least person that you never expect is to be traced to him. So where will you now start from? When you trace a loot that has gone down.
The whistleblower in Atiku's case, who said that they had some money. And I think he addressed the issue that yes, he did the person, instead of them to be funding their party for the why don't they just set up part of it to be going
to them? And don't be surprised that this money goes to party members who have construction company, who have a supply chain companies, who have one business or the other. And you know, it was on this platform I discovered that even a local government chairman, when he resumed office, he will service every member of his political party, from the local government chairman of that party to the list in that. And that's how it is being done. Don't be surprised that this contract is also meant for that kind of thing, to service everybody. Now, when you now come and you want to investigate, you now discover that your party chairman, national chairman, this company is involved. What will you do? That is where the challenge is. Then what about the civil servants that are also involved? When I discover that majority of the people that are part of it are from your village, will you start them? Those are the things that normally pop up in investigating corruption in Nigeria. But we just want someone that has that heart to do it. That even if it is his wife or his son that is involved, they will go to jail for it. But here in our time, that will be an impossible or impossible act.
It's a future impossibility. How did one joke with it that it's future impossibility?
Yeah, exactly.
So what is actually the way forward? Don't you think that if you belong to a party, you're supposed to be paying your how do you call it?
Your dues from your personal,
instead of using government funds.
No, what they do is a patronage system. Like if you're a member of a political party now, you now go to the point of being an executive in that party, definitely something will come to you. One, if contract is not coming to you, you will be made a member of board of a particular agency. From that being a member of that board of that particular, now you have opportunity to recruit people. You have opportunity to also collect contract. You also have opportunity to go for a retreat. Then you also have opportunity that the agency chairman or MD or DG will buy you a car, will build a house for you, will even be sponsoring your children for education. That is a patronage system of how our political party is all about. And people want that to continue. So when you see this 100 billion contract coming out from the federal government, it means that it is money for the boys. But what we are seeing, that even if it is money for the boys, the job must be done. Even in the US, in the development, they have all these kind of things, done. But they make sure that the right thing is done, especially when money is made for procurement activities. If it's for road, it goes to road.
We used to have a BPP.
And they are there now. If you go there, they will ask you for different documents. How many people can be
no longer that. They are no longer doing their.
No, they are the BPP, Bureau of Public Procurement.
When we see that before contract, the will be advertised, they go through it and all whatnot. They be able to even pinpoint.
The problem of those chief executives, most of them are media shy. When Engineer Eze, if you remember, when he was the head of the procurement, you remember Engineer Eze, he loved media. He used media to promote. But the current ones that are there, they are media shy. They don't want to.
I know it was all through these contract advertisements or what they are doing now. That most times
we understand
able
to follow
expose
some of those activities.
Yes.
But now the people that are there, most of them are. If we check 60% of government agencies, the chief executive there, they don't want to have anything to do with it because they don't want their face to be on TV or their voice to be. I also got some media too. So if you go to them, give them letter, they will tell you that they will say go and meet our director of press or whatever. And we doesn't have anything. Or they will ask you, is it money that you are looking for? There's no money. And you tell them it's not about the money, it's about the report of the agency. So BP currently, they are media shy. Although they have a website that is working, but they are media shy. I think I've attended some of their programs, but as of now, they are media shy. And the SQ they will give you, they say there is no release of it. But when you come to people dealing with them, there are a lot of documents you have to fill, and it's usually online. And that's how they do. And don't also forget that EFCC is also involved on this procurement exercise. The sumo unit of FGC also gives certificates against money laundering and the rest of them. So they are all agencies of government that are involved in some of these things. But the key thing is that even if people are collecting contracts of government, let them do the job and let us see that the job is completed.
The job is completed, and apart from doing the job, it's not too overhyped because look at this 1.0. Is it 12 billion budgeted for fire trucks?
We know that is not that. Fire truck is it a fire truck that is made in code?
Honestly.
Or is it a fire truck that will be manned by machine?
Google and saw that the fire trucks, the highest anyway, maybe 500, 600,000.
Simoto can make fire truck with specification from Nigerian government. Sorry. You can make fire truck. What is so big deal about fire truck? Is it the fire truck we have his own wing to fly to go and quench fire on a plane? Maybe we should ask because if he's going, the fire truck is meant for airport.
But he said it, and that was that he put it up because he probably knows that even if there's a hue and cry over it, nobody can change the situation.
But I don't think they will.
See that Buhari has not said anything or whatever. Well, that is that. We are just going for a better society, better Nigeria. Thank you so much, Adefolari. It's always a pleasure to have you on the program.
Thanks for having me.
Your way of analyzing issues. And my name is Winifred Igwebo. Same time, same station. Tomorrow on It's Dark, I'll be here to review and discuss papers with my guests. Don't forget to join me. My name is Winifred Igwebo. See you.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.